Hey guys, welcome to the Daytona 500 Garage Cam. Engines are fired, about to get some practice. Gonna have a little bit of night session. I'm excited, we get our first little bit of drafting practice today, so hopefully y'all enjoy it.
I'm your host, Matthew Dillner. This guy knows me. I've known this guy forever, but you just said drafting practice. You had a little bit of drafting practice, I think. I mean, late in the round there, that was pretty cool.
A little bit, yeah. On Saturday, we had a little bit of a 3-car tandem between Brad, Joey, and myself, and today we'll get 20, 25, 30 cars out there, and we'll really be able to see what our car's going to do in the draft. So this is a very important practice session for tomorrow night, just because it's a lot cooler, and we'll have more realistic conditions for the duels. So it's going to be nice to see how our 21 car handles. I think we got a good race going.
Let me ask you one question. I mean, I remember when you were a kid driving around in the camper, actually, in the motorhome with your pop, coming to racetracks and whatnot. You pinch yourself a little. I mean, fast forward now, you're driving for the Wood Brothers, dude, and, Daytona 500.
Yeah, as a kid, I remember growing up and watching my dad at this racetrack, whether it was for the 500 or the July race, and just such a cool deal, such a cool experience to be at such a great facility. And I watched the Wood Brothers growing up. How can you not watch them? Especially at Daytona with their iconic race car, and just so special to be a part of everything and know the Wood Brothers and have them at the racetrack and have such fast race cars too, and they're happy, which makes us extra happy for them to be here. So just neat to be here, and definitely probably a dream come true.
40 years since that 1976 win, and right now, hopefully it doesn't take that long for you guys to find a guitarist for your band. I guess you're the singer, Bubba's the drummer, Bubba Wallace. You need a guitar guy?
Yeah, we do.
I'm training to play accordion, so if you need one, let me know.
Perfect. We're always looking for members. If you want to be a part of it, tweet me or Bubba, and we can try you out. You'll come over and we'll hang out. You can try it for our band. Well, no scrubs though.
No scrubs. No scrubs. Okay, I'm out.
All right, see ya.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan Brady. Hey, this guy right here is no scrub when it comes to NASCAR.com, but I don't think he has any musical talent. Do you have any musical talent?
None whatsoever. And I can't scream like that guy either. So.
Well, Jonathan Merriman, tell us real quick, got some cool stuff coming on NASCAR.com.
Dirty Air Podcast, we wrapped up recording that today. We actually did that in the coach lot with Regan Smith. It was a lot of fun. We made some picks for the Daytona 500, talked people through the duel a little bit. So all in all, it's going to be pretty good, I think.
And this guy doesn't.
He's on there too.
This guy, forget about this guy. He doesn't make any good picks, so my picks will be better.
I can't hear anything you're saying. It's so loud.
Which is perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, hello everybody. This is Matthew Dillner. This is GarageCam, and this is the Great American Race. Daytona Beach, Florida, since 1959. Lee Petty, that first winner. A race that was, well, they didn't think he won it, but T. Taylor Warren's photograph was the one that kind of turned that decision around, and Lee Petty awarded the victor. And here's a guy trying to make the Great American Race. Robert Richardson back here in the NASCAR garage, and hey, you're not coming back with a minor splash, dude. You're trying to make the Great American Race.
Absolutely. We got to hope that luck's on our side. We can appreciate all the prayers that we can get from everybody back home. I know a lot of people back in Texas are on our side, but we're blessed to be here in Daytona in this garage area, at least for this one race. And if we make the Daytona 500, that's an honor just to be part of this field and the history at this place, and it doesn't get much better than that.
Hey, if you're rooting for an underdog, root for this guy right here. Texas's Robert Richardson. One of the many great stories in this garage area, especially with this race. There's great stories up and down, but I mean, it's the Great American Race. That's a huge story. Let's see, if you're watching the show live, hop in the chat room. You see it to the right. If you're watching live, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you want to see on GarageCam. Hey, Matt, says somebody, anonymous. How are you? Well, I'm doing great. You'd like to see the number 93, and that's right here, Guido, Matt D. Benedetto. This is a guy that on the qualifying grid was admitted to me as he was hopping in the car that he had those butterflies in his stomach. That you get when you're a little kid racing for the first time, or you get when you're a NASCAR Sprint Cup Series veteran racing at Daytona International Speedway. What a joy it is to be in the garage area here, bringing you an all-access pass into the garage, something that you can't do even if you have a hot pass here at Daytona. First in the chat room today, pole position for Leah Bartlett. Can you please show me Casey Kane and talk to him if you can? We'll try to see if we can get with Casey. You never know what you're going to see here on NASCAR.com GarageCam. Here's another one of those great stories. Michael McDowell, second car this weekend for the Levine family racing team. And Michael McDowell, a little inverse number right there, swap, because the number 95, we'll show him in a little bit, is Ty Dillon. Michael McDowell trying to make the Great American Race. One of several drivers that have to race their way in the Can-Am Duels Thursday night. So make sure you check that out on FS1. What a treat that's going to be every year, the duels. Man, back in the day, we used to cut school to watch the duels. Now they're at night, so everybody can see them. Right here, the number 30, Josh Wise, another one of the underdog stories here. Can he make the biggest race of the year? NASCAR Super Bowl. Front Row Motorsports fielding this car especially for their driver, David Gilliland. Doesn't know what he's doing full-time this year within the sport, but D. Gilly can get it done here, and especially at those plate tracks. Sean Howell, let's see, your favorite driver, you say? David Gilliland. Well, his son Todd Gilliland already visiting Victory Lane this weekend in the NASCAR Can-Am Pro East Series at New Smyrna Speedway. A little bit of a controversial finish, but everything that David Gilliland's kid has gotten in so far, he's won. Well, David Gilliland hopes he can get in this car and maybe win one of the Can-Am Duels. But first, Daytona 500 practice, just about 25 minutes away. Bobby Labonte, former winner, champion of the Daytona 500, champion of the sport. Ryan Blaney, the number 21. Of course, we saw Ryan Blaney opening the show. The Wood brothers, 40 years since that 1976 win. That dramatic finish we posted on NASCAR.com and on NASCAR Social just the other day. Him and Richard Petty, it would be David Pearson and Richard Petty. The big wreck to end that race. Blaine Smith, hi, Matt. Can we see the Wood Brothers car? Well, here it is right there. The Wood Brothers Ford Motorcraft, number 21 with the old school unis right there. Gotta love it. New faces. Well, faces, names, new places, all driver swaps. Part of silly season right here. So, hey, let's get silly with it. Right here, Dr. Pepper, the car. BK Racing, the team, the driver. Georgia's David Reagan. We touched upon it real quick, and here is David Gilliland eating and walking an apple. And let's really quickly talk about the apple of your eye this weekend, and that would be your son winning again. It seems like everything the kid hops in lately, he's getting a W.
It is. It's crazy. I'm really proud of Todd and what he's been able to accomplish at such a young age. I know at 15 years old, I wanted to race a street stock is what I wanted to race, an enduro car actually. And here he is already winning in the West, the East Series, the ARCA Series, late model stuff. I mean, it's crazy what he's been able to accomplish. Just really proud of him, and I'm proud enough that I'm going to take the rest of the year off and help him, throughout the whole rest of the year. So I'm really excited about it. I'm very, very proud of what he's been able to accomplish, and can't wait to see where it goes.
Before you take that year off to help your son, though, you have one thing on your mind: making the Great American Race.
Yeah, for sure, and that's no easy task. I know we've been on the pole here, and I've missed the race that got sent home from here, and it's one of the best feelings you'll ever have in racing, and one of the absolute lows that I've ever felt in racing. And so that's all dependent on tomorrow and how it goes, and we feel good. Our Front Row Motorsports number 35 Ford Fusion it drives really well. In the past, our stuff has raced really good on the restrictor plate tracks, and we've been able to come up with some good finishes. And so hopefully we can race it in. But we're going to have a little bit of pressure on us tomorrow.
All right, David Gilliland, thanks for joining us. And we talk about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. And we just heard David Gilliland talk about this race and how it's almost like the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. He's been a pole sitter. He's gone home. There's so many great underdog stories here, Ken Squire, and you've seen so many in your career. In your opinion, what was one of the best Daytona 500 memories that you remember from the announcer's booth?
All of them. It's pretty hard to separate one from another because you're talking about the race. The Great American Race, every year it's spectacular, and this year with this incredible new grandstand, already sold out. It's just amazing what's happening. And you look up and down the line. I was just talking to Brian Vickers, He is so pumped to make that car run tonight, get this practice round out of the way and settle him down so he can talk to Arnold Palmer in those television commercials about something a lot more.
Well, you know, from calling races in Barrie, Vermont, to calling the Great American Race, and to being a member of the NASCAR Hall of Fame, how much has this race itself meant to your career, Ken?
Well, pretty much everything. I was so blessed back in the early 60s to have France Sr. And France Jr. Give us the opportunity to get down here, and it wouldn't be February without the high holy days. As long as I can hang around, I sure want to be part of them.
You got it, Ken Squire. Man, that commands such great respect here in our garage area. That's because he is one of the pioneers here in broadcasting that we all look up to. NASCAR Hall of Fame, Ken Squire. Cole Witts, number 98. So many great underdog stories on this side of the garage area. Michael and Ed. Drivers that have locked themselves into the Daytona 500. Over here, Regan Smith, new ride, Tommy Baldwin Racing. You'll see him on the Dirty Air podcast. Tommy Baldwin giving the fist bump right there, because that number 7 is locked into the Great American Race. Michael Waltrip's Maxwell House, number 83 right there. One of only a few two-time winners here in the active field of NASCAR Sprint Cup Series drivers. And there is the number 7. Right next door, Levine Family Racing's main car, Ty Dillon, trying to make this race. Big practice session ready for Ty Dillon and so many of these competitors. Reed Sorensen in the number 40 car. As we march up and down this line, it's different here because it's Daytona. There's more cars, there's more pressure. There's more preparation for this race than any other race we run. Landon Castle, the number 38, new ride for Landon Castle this year, and a great outlook for this young race car driver who's really looking forward to the opportunity to be in some better equipment this year. Florida Lottery on board. How about this? A rookie, Chris Buescher, the Texas native, the NASCAR Xfinity Series champion, hoping to make a big splash here in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and do it with his new ride, with the Love's Truck Stop machine here. All right, man, I know you know what it's like to be a rookie at Daytona, but you're a rookie for the Great American Race. What has this been like?
Uneventful so far. It's been easy, single car stuff, but you know, we're getting ready to go out here in our first drafting practice with our Love's Ford Fusion, not a Mustang, so we're getting ready to get the hang of it. You know, we'll see what comes up here.
So what's been different so far for you?
Not a whole lot. As far as on-track stuff, it's been relatively boring, just single car runs, but you know, new team, new crew chief, a lot of new guys, just getting the hang of everything, building some chemistry within our little group here. And
going out at night and having a good time, putt-putt golf, anything fun, go-kart?
Nothing good like that. Pretty sure if we did some putt-putt, I'd win though.
We'll challenge you someday.
Real golf, I still swing like Happy Gilmore, so
I'm a military golfer. Left, right. All right. Chris Buescher right here, driver this Love's Truck Stop number 34. And here is the number 15 5-hour energy ride. And look at that. Talking right there with Ken Squire, legend in our sport. But Clint Boyer, of course, first foray with this team, the Harry Scott Motorsports team. Next year, of course, replacing Tony Stewart with the announcement of Tony's retirement. Get well soon to Tony Stewart, the Smoke. As we motor along here in the garage area, there is the car that Smoke usually drives. The number 14, Brian Vickers from North Carolina, will be filling in. A rumor was put out yesterday within NASCAR that it looks like Ty Dillon might be behind the wheel of this car in Atlanta. We'll see if that happens. Brian Vickers over there talking with his crew. Brand new crew chief, Matt Fuchsia, right there, walking around the number 6 Advocare machine, getting ready here to put this car out on track. Daytona 500 practice, the first practice after qualifying here. Two drivers that sure do know how to get around this joint right here, talking to each other. Trevor Bain, former winner of the Daytona 500. He'll be driving this Avocar car this year, trying to repeat that glory. 1-2 finishers in the 2011 Daytona 500. Hey, that was kind of neat. That was a little 1-2 combo from the 2011 Daytona 500.
That's exactly right. He would have liked it to be the other way. He always reminds me of
probably,
that, but I'm good with it. So.
All right, Daytona, man, we know how much this place means to you, but a little different this year, too. You know, you're coming here, you got a family, and a little more laid back in some ways and more relaxing.
Yeah, you know all about that with the new family. So 2-month-old little girl, and couldn't love her more, but it's really special to come here with them and to bring them down with me. But this place is special all the time to us after winning that race. And, you know, growing up watching races here and coming here all the time is special to everybody that's a race fan. So to win a race here is really cool. The only thing that'd be cooler than being called a Daytona 500 champion would be 2 times. So some of the guys already have that, and we're working towards it. Got a good-looking race car here, the Avocar on it, and a new crew. So a lot of new guys on this race team, and we're looking to improve a lot on what we did last year.
All right, Trevor, we appreciate you joining us on NASCAR.com GarageCam. Brian Biggers, who had an eventful Sprint Unlimited. The Shore Lodge, number 44, Brian Scott, Richard Petty Motorsports. See if we can talk to B. Scott right here. Flashing the 4-4, I kind of like it, man.
New gang sign, 44.
Yeah, 44. The gang of 44 here, new for you. A lot of new for you, okay? Not new sponsors, but new in the Cup Series. You know, you're a rookie, even though you got some experience in the Cup deal. But this, the Daytona 500, you've been down here to put the car in the show here, but new team, new outlook.
Yeah, we actually do have some new sponsors. We got Twisted Tea, Ritz, Triscuit,
And you tried all this week, right?
Janet King. We got a lot of great companies on our car this year. It's a real blessing. So happy to be down here and be locked into the Daytona 500. I can't tell you how much that changes things from a driver's standpoint. So I'm really looking forward to just going out there and practicing and working on getting our car to handle well in the draft.
A lot less pressure.
Yes.
All right.
Remember,
44 right there. Krista Barrell, Carl Everett, please. Oh, we'll see if we can catch back up with Carl. You gotta love the outlook and the attitude here with Richard Petty Motorsports. Halfway, says our flag man, halfway on NASCAR.com GarageCam. Well, that means we gotta flash on over to the other side of the garage area here. Live, interactive, only on NASCAR.com. And this is the way we like to do it. Nothing scripted here on our show. Let's see if we can get some shout outs and stuff as we walk here through the Sprint Cup Garage to Main Street. Well, that's the other side of the Cup Garage. Walking by some fans here. Jeff Messer, great to see the nice weather and race cars. Oh yeah, February. You gotta look forward to that every year. Speed Weeks, baby. Noah Lewis, what a great announcer of this sport. I'm assuming you must be talking, of course, not about this guy right here, but of the legendary Ken Squire, guy that I grew up listening to, and an honor to always interview and talk to Ken. I talked to him last year sitting in the grandstands at the track he announces at in Vermont, Thunder Road Speed Bowl. Smitty88, Ken Squire, class. That is right. When you hear that booming voice of Ken Squire, it's just iconic to the sport of NASCAR auto racing. Cody Corbett, glad to make my first garage cam. Hey, rookie. All right there. You got to love it, Cody. Welcome to the show, buddy. Welcome to Main Street here in the NASCAR garage area. We started off with, yeah, baby, the champ. The champ is here, the number 18 with that cool old school looking paint scheme. Man, I'll tell you what, he flashed some spectacular moves. Maybe not get the finish they wanted, of course, ending here in the garage area in the Sprint Unlimited. But some of the daring moves that Kyle Busch showed in that Sprint Unlimited really raised some hair on some people's arms. This guy can get it. Please show the champ, says DRL 14 fan. Well, there it is. Kyle Busch. 75 years of M&Ms, and the Candy Rocket sits here in the garage. Right next door, a little change of paint schemes if you're watching Sprint Unlimited Garage Cam, from the Busch paint scheme to the Jimmy John sandwiches, freaky fast, number 4 right here for this crew. And right alongside the guy that's become kind of the story of NASCAR Speed Weeks here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Chase Elliott putting on the booties, getting ready for practice here in that number 24. Man, this thing was a slick rocket on qualifying day, getting the pole. The Coors Light 21 means 21 pole award. The aerodynamic crew here doing such a great job. Hendrick Motorsports always brings bullets loaded to this Daytona International Speedway, and man, the 24 on the pole 2 years in a row. Chase Elliott, of course, going out with the Thunderbirds of the Air Force yesterday. We will bring you that video exclusively on NASCAR.com. Wait until you see it. A father-son duo, side by side, in Thunderbirds, fighter jets. You got to see it, I'm telling you. And I'll tease it by saying, well, one of them kind of lost their lunch. I'm not going to tell you who. Now you got to watch it. Chase Elliott, Napa Auto Parts. Right alongside Martin Truex Jr., you're a 2009 pole sitter, I believe. I'm just guessing that, but I believe it was 2009. Martin Truex Jr. and a beautiful sticker on here. We talked just a second ago about Ken Squire, but in memory of Barney Hall. We just recently lost the great Barney Hall, who says iconic to anybody in this sport. Barney Hall, God rest his soul. Great man. The voice of NASCAR, the voice of MRN. Beautiful new paint scheme, bright. You're never going to miss this car when it's on track for Martin Truex Jr. this year with the Bass Pro Shops on board. Gotta love that Bass Pro Shops logo. I see that and I think of fishing, but I also think of racing because it's so synonymous with racing on so many levels of our sport. Of course, this show, speaking of cool logos and companies synonymous with our sport, presented by Mobil 1. So give a big thanks. Make sure you go out and buy their oil. Mobil 1, proud to have them on board. And CJ has a tattoo that matches the Bass Pro Shops car right there. There you go. Our audio guy showing off his Bass Pro Shops tattoo.
Jersey.
Jersey, baby. Jersey, they have Bass in Jersey? Yeah, I guess so. Why not? Carl Edwards, the number 19 car. Yes, has a second place finish here in the Great American Race. The Gibbs car showing some speed in that Sprint Unlimited. Showing some speed in qualifying as well with Matt Kenseth on the outside of the front row. He'll start P1 in one of the duels, the second duel, I believe. Right alongside, man, this guy is like Mr. Deeds. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Every time I look, he's in the car already, and that's Joey Logano, the number 22. We got a motor along here. Zach Albert from NASCAR.com, one of our great riders, taking a photo. As Brad Keselowski is about to board his white deuce. I'd say blue deuce, but it's a white deuce this week for Brad K. The Miller Lite. Ford. A lot of people in this garage that I've talked to throughout this weekend have all been talking about the speed out of this number 2 camp and this Ford in particular. So look out for Brad Keselowski, not just here in this practice session, but all weekend long for the Daytona 500, the Great American Race. A hard-working crew right here in the number 41 of Kurt Busch. 29 starts here at the Daytona International Speedway. Still has yet to get the win. He's got a Sprint Unlimited win, but man, oh boy, he's gotten close in the Daytona 500 and in July here at Daytona. And speaking of Daytona, over 100,000 brand new seats, wide seats, an amazing facility that we have here in Daytona. It always has been, but Daytona Rising is absolutely something spectacular. You have to come down here and see it yourself. Denny Hamlin, the number 11. New crew chief on board for Denny Hamlin. Mike Wheeler out of South Old, Long Island, New York. And there is Wheels. No, I thought Wheels was over there. He's not over there. But Mike Wheeler has been with Denny Hamlin for so long. In fact, he was with Denny Hamlin in his very first NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race as a crew member. I want to talk about coming full circle. Wheels is now the man behind the headset, the crew chief for Denny Hamlin here in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Already has a win, their first time out, the Sprint Unlimited. Bring you inside the garage here, show you something cool for all you fans. You look, oh well, this is kind of the same paint scheme maybe. The Caterpillar number 31. No, it isn't. Look close. Flat black. You don't see any shine on that black right there. They went went with a matte black look this year for the Caterpillar team. Here's the number 48, Jimmy Johnson. The crew working hard on this car. Jimmy Johnson, three-time winner here at Daytona, 2 times Daytona 500. Friday will be 10 years since his first Daytona 500 win, so unbelievable. 2-time winner alongside the Hendrick Brigade here. Of course, NASCAR's most popular driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr., talking with his crew chief right now in the garage area as they work on this nationwide number 88 car, and this is the car we talked about last time we were on NASCAR.com GarageCam. Amelia, the car they ran at 4 plate races in 2015, getting worked on, getting prepared here in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series garage. Crew chief Greg Ives and Dale Jr. talking right there as they get prepared here for practice for the Daytona 500. 2004, 2014, the big Daytona 500 wins. Oh, that 2004 win, what a spectacular feat that was, and what an incredible, emotional, powerful win. Oh, the Earnhardt name, so synonymous with the history of this great racing facility. Triumph, tragedy, through it all. It's the Earnhardt name. Jamie McMurray, here's a guy that gets it done on restrictor plate track. So folks, if you play NASCAR Fantasy Live on NASCAR.com, this is a guy to look at on your team, Jamie McMurray. He's won here twice. July winner, and of course the Daytona 500 2010. Made the chase last year too. So good guy to put on your team. Outside of the front row will be Wisconsin's very own Matt Kenseth and the Dollar General machine. And you know what? This is like a Wisconsin section of the garage area, because Paul Menard right alongside. His first chase berth in 2015 for Paul Menard, the RCR number 27. Donald Corbin, oh, you love that sound. You gotta love the sound of race cars, and you see the crews right now pushing their cars through the garage area, getting ready for practice here for the Daytona 500. Fuel being moved to the number 43, Eric Amarola, a winner here in the July race. The rains came down, and so did the checkered flag that day, and the guy that came out on top was Florida's very own Eric Amarola. He'd love to win the Great American Race. Had some requests for this guy, Casey Kane, as he walks by in the garage area getting ready for practice. The number 5, the Farmers Insurance machine, Keith Rodden-led crew. This team seemed to come on a little bit at the end of last year. Definitely not the year that they had hoped for. Kyle Larson, that car is already rolled out from pit road from the garage area. Our producer is pointing something out. What does it say? 2-piece original biscuit, mashed potatoes, gravy, 1 cookie, medium drink, all for us, $5. Hashtag Colonel Sanders. Hashtag Colonel Sanders. You gotta love it. Kentucky Fried Chicken on the backs of these guys right there. There's the Colonel Sanders. Hey, I'll tell you what, they've got a lot of play for KFC here, because I'll tell you what, everybody loves the Colonel, baby. Oh, we have too much fun. Remember, this isn't your ordinary show. We like to have fun here at NASCAR.com GarageCam. In fact, we have some newbies on the show. We had one newbie already. There was another person that was a first-timer on NASCAR.com GarageCam. Always love to give you guys a shout-out, because remember, folks, this is your show, the fan show. Cars are already rolling out early for this practice session here at Daytona International Speedway. We got to find that newbie. We're looking back through the chat room right now, trying to find them. So many people. Smitty, my buddy, is on here. Says, hey, Matt, gotta love it. Smitty88. Oh, what's up, man? Joe Wendt, Sean Howell, oh, Cody Corbett, Tigra even giving a shout out here in the NASCAR GarageCam chat room. Oh, there's no car here in this garage area, but gosh, we need to talk about this Geico team. A strong, strong showing in the NASCAR Sprint Unlimited race, the non-points race here just a few days ago. But in the last 5 races here The last 5 races at the Daytona International Speedway, this guy is second in points for those races. So some great finishes for this number 13 group. The last 2 races here. 3rd in 2014, 6th the last time we were here last year, Daytona. But unbelievable, the 58th annual Daytona 500, the great American race. You see those booming stands in the background. Like I said, over 100,000 new seats, 40 escalators, 5 injectors. Well, those are the things that get the guys, the fans up into the stands. Unbelievable showcase of modern technology and a beautiful stadium feel to this place. 17 elevators as well. So unbelievable deal here. The Daytona Rising, and of course, it's the Great American Race. 1 p.m. on Fox, MRN, Sirius XM Radio. And remember, tune into those Can-Am Duels, because there's some great stories here in the Great American Race. Who will make the show? Who will leave here in heartbreak? That's what we still have to find out. And hey, we have another shot here at practice today. 2 practice sessions for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series to get these cars dialed in one last time. Here's a guy that stunned the world with a pole position in his rookie season. Chase Elliott has done it. Danica Patrick has done it. It's been a myriad of stories here in Daytona throughout the years. And this year, what will be the headline on Monday? Remember, tune into GarageCam Live. We'll have it for you. 1 p.m. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series GarageCam live from Daytona on Thursday. Check that out. Then tomorrow's NASCAR Xfinity Series GarageCam will also be this week on Friday. So GarageCam's not done, but we're done on this show. The Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Make sure you tune in. It's a race of legend that's made mere mortals absolutely legendary. You look at it right now, from the Loy Allens winning the pole and shocking the world, to Trevor Bayne's Cinderella story, to the legends like the King, Richard Petty, 7-time winner, David Pearson, to Dale Earnhardt. This is a place that will make and break a NASCAR career, that will make and break a career of any race car driver. Mario Andretti, the 1967 winner. So many legends, so many great stories. It's the Great American Race. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner. Until next time, we'll see you at the races.